So I don't think I'm going to be spending my money on the new DJI 360, at least not yet. I think spending that sort of money on something that probably isn't going to give me a good enough return on that investment is not a wise decision, and is definitely something you should think about before you go spending that sort of money, particularly when this little thing here, the Action5 Pro, it can do everything that I need and want it to do. There's one thing it can't, it struggles with. I'll tell you what that is in just a second, and it's actually something I've been playing around with. But yeah, spending that sort of money on something that I don't think I'm going to get a good enough return on just yet probably isn't the wisest of decisions for me. I think in terms of workflow and how I use this thing, it isn't going to give me anything on top of that. This just suits everything that everything that I can do or want to do. I can use it for simple vlogging like this, right the way through to the full-blown sports action camera thing. I've said that many times before in my videos. This is so good that it just ticks all the boxes for me. One thing that really surprised me when I was looking at the specs of the new 360 camera from DJI is, as far as I can tell, and correct me if I'm wrong with this, but it doesn't look like it comes with replaceable lenses. And I would have thought that, considering their other action cameras you can screw them on and off, and the fact that Insta 360 X5 comes with replaceable lenses, that's something that DJI would have picked up on and done. Or maybe it tells us something else, that they've been working on this camera for a considerable amount of time now, and the replaceable lens option wasn't in the designs or the plans, and therefore it was too late to change it moving forwards. So they're a step behind the competition. There is obviously the DJI replacement care plan, but I think if you spend that sort of money on that, and you should do, but you're only going to get one free replacement, and then after that you crack a lens, you're back in the same position of, well, you're either spending a load more money or you're not making use of the toy that you've got, and it just becomes a glorified paperweight. So the Action5 Pro, like I said, it does everything I need it to do, and also the form factor of it is superb. It's literally in the palm of my hand. It sits in my pocket. There's minimal buttons. You can just set and forget, run and gun, just press that record button, capture everything you need. And if you want to, you can dive into it a little bit more. You've got your D-Log M10 bit, so you can really, like if you're into your color grading, or you're a bit more of a professional photographer, videographer, you can really dive in there and do that. The normal color profile on here is absolutely fine, and that's what I use for most of it. Even some of the commercial work that I've now been doing, I'm just running this in the normal color profile. However, the one thing, like I mentioned earlier on, that's missing from this is what you're seeing now, that kind of fuzzy background, out of focus backgrounds, giving that nice depth of field. So perhaps the Action6 will come with that option. I hope it does. I'm going to save up for that. I miss not being able to do that, but I am now currently experimenting. I'm using my iPhone 16 Pro, and I've got that depth of field thing. The focus will stay on me as I move around, which is great. And like I said, I'm using both of these tools, both my phone and my Action5, for commercial work. So I'm using them to earn a living, to pay the bills. And I got a video coming up shortly giving you the 5 things that I did in order to start being able to earn a living from these 2 little cameras. So if you're interested to know how you can make a not insignificant amount of money as a side hustle from just a few hours work, then make sure you click that subscribe button so you don't miss out. That video is coming up very soon. And if you're enjoying this one, or you're just hanging out for a chat, you're getting something from it, give it a thumbs up, press subscribe. Let me know in the comments below, are you going to be spending your money on the new DJI 360, or are you going to sit tight with what you've got for the minute and see what's coming up next? Because this leads us on to the gas problem, gear acquisition syndrome. Needing to buy the latest tech as soon as it drops, as soon as it arrives, just so we can keep up with everything that's going on. but they're not really thinking about why you're spending that sort of money on it. And I'm definitely guilty of that before. I've done it a lot in the past, particularly with the guitars playing in the band. Like, it's so easy to go down that rabbit hole of pedals, amplifiers, digital modelers. Just it's just constant churning out new stuff, and the marketing is very good. Don't get trapped too far down it, so don't fall for that. Think about, and this is something that I've been doing, think about what you've got already. Are we making best use of it? And if not, how can we make best use of it? Again, prime example, using my iPhone 16 Pro so that I can get that depth of field for this type of work when I use it and when I do it. And then my Action5 Pro for the other things. It all just sits like there's no use case for me for spending an additional 400 odd pounds on getting a camera that at the minute I don't think is going to be quite ready for us. If you've got the disposable income and you're happy to just throw the money at it, then by all means go ahead. But if that money isn't sitting there just burning a hole in your pocket, don't jump too quickly. And remember something as well, this is DJI's first step into the world of 360-degree videos. So their product is not going to be quite where we're expecting it to be in line with the competition. Insta360, they're ahead of the game. They've been doing it a little while. That X5 looks properly well sorted. Again, I'm not going to spend my money on that yet because it doesn't suit my workflow at the minute. But if I was in the market for one, I think that's the direction I'd be looking at. Now, don't get me wrong, I love DJI products. I use them a lot. As you know, I'm a big supporter and fan of them. But for this one thing, I'm just going to hold off, right? It's going to get better, don't get me wrong. There will be software updates, firmware updates. They may even release a Mark II version of hardware after an amount of time, depending on feedback and road testing, all that kind of stuff. They're a little bit behind just for the moment, and it doesn't suit my workflow. So that's a question you should ask yourself as well before you spend the money. Is it going to suit your workflow? Now, if you're not sure about how these sorts of things work or whether it's going to be right, there is plenty of content out there from other creators who have been using that Insta360 X5. Joe, his channel Joe's Talking, he's been a big supporter of it. He's done some great vlogs with it. Chris from Chris Meets Chris, again, go and have a look at him. He's a vlogger, does some great stuff. He's been making good use of that 360 field of view camera system from Insta, the X5 he's been using. So definitely have a look at those. So sitting tight on this one for the minute, gonna hang in there. Of course, if someone wants to send me one, I will absolutely road test it, demo it, see what it's like, give my honest opinions, and I will do my best to use it in my normal use case. But for the moment, I'm going to hang on to my money and I'm going to just sit tight and see what comes next. Okay, so that's enough vlogging and chatting from me. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Watch out for the next video coming up where I'm going to talk you through some wicked accessories for the Action5 Pro that will absolutely streamline your process and hopefully help you create some even better content. But for the minute, watch this video next where I'll talk you through how using an external microphone can absolutely elevate your content and video game. And as ever, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.